the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash, a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 19th of November, and this is episode 115. Add 100 years to how old you are, and that it would be the right amount. Damaris is a little under the weather, but we'll be okay. She'll try not to sniffle too much. I think it's just a wee cold. So we would like to say a big welcome back. We love you. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Damaris, we had some people introduce themselves this week. Do you want to give them a shout out?
Yep. Leslie, who is Leslie Taylor from Perth, Scotland. Marshila, who is Lady M from Portland, Oregon. Rebecca, who is SRZICK from Wisconsin, and Jackie, who is Jackie Revia from Beaverton, Oregon.
Welcome to the group. We're so glad you introduced yourselves. So Damaris, what if somebody's watching and they're not a member of our group?
You should join our group.
That would be a good thing. And then what should they do after that? They should join the group on Ravelry, right? Yeah. Ravelry is what we're talking about. Okay, so then what should they do?
Introduce yourself in our introductions thread, and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
Brilliant. All right, well, we have a few things to talk about today. We have some amazing FOs. Both of us have an FO. Well, I have more than one, but we both have an FO. And some yummies and all that jazz. So we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So Damaris, what's on your needles?
Another pair of gloves for a friend of mine.
They're not black, though, like they're looking right now, so tell us about them.
They're the Alice Wrist Warmers by Vicky Howell.
Yes.
On US 8s, 5mm, and the yarn is Debbie Bliss Rialto DK in the Forest colorway.
Okay, it's showing up a little truer once you get close. It's just a real deep green. And you've just cast these on. Mm-hmm. And what are they for?
A friend of mine.
Your arch nemesis?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've knit this pattern before.
Uh-huh.
And I have too, I think, actually, right?
Yes.
So, they're actually inspired by the Twilight movie, but they're just kind of a nice pair of fingerless gloves that you could wear even if you're not a fan of Twilight. So, it's a freebie pattern, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's cool. Anything else on your needles?
I'm not working on my beekeeper's quilt.
Because you've been focusing on fingerless gloves.
Yes.
So maybe once you get these gloves done, you'll be able to start alternating, doing some hexapuffs and some other stuff. Maybe. All right. Well, that's good. So now I guess let me talk about what's on my needles. Only 2 things. What in the world's going on? I don't know. Okay, so in this bag, I can't show you, but I am working on a new design that are inspired by the Outlander books and TV series. And I'm using a skein of yarn from Pandia's Jewels that she has dyed for a kit that she and I will be doing. So that is on the needles getting worked on, and it's looking amazing. And then I have cast on a new project. I'm actually going to put a picture of it from the pattern page on Ravelry on the screen right now because you can't tell much from what I've done. So this pattern is the Neon Beast by Vera Valimaki, and it's on US 6's 4mm needles, and I just started it yesterday. So I've just started with the first color, which is a gray. And I think I have 4 more rows until I add another color. So I'm just going to show you the 3 colors right quick, but then I'm going to talk about the yarn more in Yummies. So these, let me see if I can balance them. There we go. These are the 3 colors. It looks pretty accurate, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'm really excited, and I'll tell you more about the yarn when we get to Yummies. That's it. That's all that's on my needles. I do have I wound a cake of yarn up when I was caking these ones for the shawl up for another pair of vanilla socks for me. I showed it a few weeks ago. It is, I can't remember who dyed it. I'll have to show you next week. No, Law Bear was the autumn ones. I can't remember who dyed it. Anyway, I picked it to do my Christmas socks in, so it's greens and some pink, and it's self-striping. And so, was it Knitting Goddess, maybe? I know I bought a skein of hers, but I can't remember if it was that one or not. Anyway, I bought it at Yarndale. I don't know. My brain is not working. Anyway, I've got it caked up, but I'm not casting it on yet because I'm going to be participating in a Playful Days cowl that she's starting this Friday. And I can't remember what the name of it is. Maybe like Selfish Single Skein or something. You're supposed to do a one skein project for yourself. So I'm just going to wait and cast those on Friday so that I can be part of that cowl. And that's it. So that means we have some FOs to show you. So let's go on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
Yes, so why don't you start, because you have an FO this week.
These are fingerless gloves that I made, inspired by Black Widow.
From the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
So, what did her gloves do?
Electrocute people.
But your gloves do not do that. These are safe to have. So tell us about what patterns and yarns and all that jazz that you used.
I used Kim Sakata's Fingerless Gloves by Kimberly Fairchild as the base for it. And I used US 2's 2.75 millimeters. Mm-hmm. And the yarn is Kinko Merino Blend in the black and sky colorways.
So you just embroidered with the sky. Why don't you hold them closer so they can kind of see the detail? Mm-hmm. They look grand. I really like them. You did a really good job on them. Anything else you want to say about them?
Nope.
Yeah, so that's that. All right, and I have 3 FOs to show you today. So let's start with the weekly preemie hat, of course. This is from my top-down preemie hat pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I did this on US 6's 4mm needles. The black is Sirdar Bonus DK in the Flint colorway. And the blue and white and gray and the turquoise is some unknown yarn that somebody gave me to do preemie hats. And I did at least a couple in it, and then I just had a smidge left, so I just used it to do the stripe. So that makes number 34 for the year. Huzzah. And it just went on the floor. Oops. And then I finished my amazing autumnal socks. Here they are. I just used my plain vanilla recipe that I use, and then I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel. These were done on US 1.5's 2.5 mil needles. And the yarn is Lawbear Bounce Sock in the Coneflower colorway. I made them a little taller than I usually do, so you can see they had to, like, cuffs had to go up over the top of the mannequin feet, but I'm really excited to wear them. I love that that the yellow and maroon kind of made polka dots on them, which was totally a random thing. It was not planned. So, yay, they're done. And I can't wait to wear them. And then finally, let's just drop the mannequin feet in the floor. Finally, guess what else I finished, Damaris?
I don't know.
I would have no clue what it might possibly be. No, not at all. Do you know? Look, I am your father. No. Okay, so yes. I obviously have finished my Nanny Swemo sweater in 17 days. 17 days to knit this whole sweater. I ended up, after I fixed my math, because we had thought it was like 50,078 stitches at knit night, but actually when I came home and did the math correctly, it ended up being 50,150 stitches. So yeah, I was 150 over the minimum. The pattern I used is the Miranda pattern by Josie Paquin. It was on US 6's 4mm and US 8's 5mm needles in the Brigantia Luxury Aran yarn in the Chartreuse colorway. So I'm going to try to stand up and show y'all. Let's see if I can do this. So it has this amazing cable panel down the front. It's got kangaroo pockets, pocketses. I stayed with the short sleeve option because I wanted to wear long sleeve tees under it. And then I added the hood, which was an option in the pattern. And I actually made the hood a little deeper than she called for, and I also did the ribbing a little deeper. I also did on the bottom, I did the ribbing a little deeper because she had a really short ribbing section. So I just made it a smidge longer. I love it. It's so amazing. I want to wear it every single day. If I put a different color tee under it, can't I just wear it every day? Wouldn't that work? I mean, come on. It fits great. I'm really glad that I went down a size because if I had done the next size up, it would have been too big. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's done. Huzzah! Okay, that's everything. Anything else we want to say in this segment?
Nope.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Yummies. Damaris, what are yummies?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. All right, so let's start with some Doctor Who stuff. Yeah. So sometime in the past week, the, what's it called?
Children, it's right there.
Oh, the Children in Need, what do you call it? Telethon type thing?
Kind of.
They're raising money.
Yeah.
Is on TV, was on telly here in the UK. And it seems like pretty much every year we get some kind of bonus footage, Doctor Who related. So there was it was about, 2.5 minute long clip from the Christmas special that we'll get in December for Doctor Who. So it had Peter in it, and Jenna in it, and Santa. What's his name?
Nick Frost.
Yeah, Nick Frost. So it was really good. So the video is in the show notes, and you should watch it if you have not seen it. The Hubs sent us this article to read. It was quite humorous. It was actually an article from the University of Glasgow, which is about an hour away from us here in Edinburgh. And if you remember in the episode last week, was that last week's episode or the week before of Doctor Who? Anyway, in the last couple of episodes, the doctor again mentioned that he's a graduate of the University of Glasgow. And so they actually did some research and stuff and wrote this whole article about him being a graduate and if it was actually true or not. And it was really pretty funny. But the link is in the show notes, so you should read it if you get the time. You had your drama and musical theater show.
Yeah.
On Saturday. So here's the thing from it. So you were in 3 different things.
Yes.
So what was, in the first act, what were you in? Fabulous. And this is from...
High School Musical.
Yeah, High School Musical. And you were wearing all black with some pink, and you had a fan. Yes. Oh, I should get that picture and put it in here. Okay. The one from on Instagram where you had the fan up.
You're looking at it now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I've put it in here because I time travel and all that jazz. So that was a musical number, and then in Act 2, you were in what?
A menagerie of magical mishaps.
And that's when you wore your gloves.
Yeah.
And you borrowed your friend Hannah's leather jacket.
Yeah, I was punk rock.
You were punk rock, and so that was a drama thing that you did.
I wrote the entire 3rd scene.
Yeah, so they actually, how many of y'all were in it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of y'all? Mm-hmm. The 5 of them wrote the script for this thing, so that was really good. And then the show ended with...
We're all in this together.
Also from High School Musical.
Yes.
And you were just wearing the same thing from your...
Except for the gloves.
Oh yeah, you'd taken the gloves off. And so that was a musical and dance number. So that was really fun. You got flowers.
Yes.
Our sweet friend Katie came to see the show and brought her flowers. And then after the show was over, we went and had burritos and Starbucks. We went to that same restaurant that we went for my birthday. It's called... Pinto.
Like a bean.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like Chipotle in the U.S. Well, they have those in London, too, because we ate there, 3 times or something when we were there. So it was really good, and we really enjoyed that. So next up, I got a new shirt. I've been waiting for it, it seems like, forever. And I can't remember which of the websites I ordered it from. Was it Companion Tees?
I don't know.
I think that's the one I ordered it from. So let me stand up so you can see the whole thing. Okay. Well, maybe. Dr. Pooh And it's Winnie the Pooh dressed as the fourth Doctor with the scarf, and he's thinking. I have a Tigger Doctor Who shirt, but Pooh Bear is my absolute favorite, and so the Hubs actually saw this shirt go on sale and sent it to me and was like, you've got to get this. So, and then I feel like I've been waiting forever because you had to wait for it to be over, and then it took like 2 weeks for them to print the shirts, and then it had to be posted over from the States. So it just came actually today, and I was like, oh, that's what I'm wearing on the podcast. So, Dr. Pooh. Think. Yarn. Okay, so I told you earlier in what we're working on that I would talk to you about the yarn here that I'm using for my Neon Beast. So, let me find the tag. Here we go. So the two of the colorways of yarn that I'm using are from Rainbow Heirloom. And Emily is the dyer behind Rainbow Heirloom. She's based here in Edinburgh. And you might know her better as one half of the Tin Can Knits design duo. So she comes to our knit group, and we had talked with her, probably like a couple months ago, that she was going to be doing a new base for her yarn, and she wanted to know if I would like some to knit with and talk about if I liked it. And of course I like it. It's wonderful. So the base that she is using is called Twinkle Light. How fun is that? It is fingering weight. It is 50% silk, 50% superwash merino. It's so squishy soft. It is 100 grams, 437 yards, 400 meters. The gray colorway is called Fluffy Bunny. And it's so soft and squishy. And I was really kind of excited when I caked it up, because when in the cake it has more of a blue and purple tone to it, which I love. It's great. That just didn't show real well in the skein. And then the second colorway I got from her, yes, it's really that bright. This is the Almost Spring colorway. Oh, and they're so, so wonderful. So, you'll hear me talking about these over the next few weeks as I'm knitting the Neon Beast. I have combined with it my birthday gift from Sam, who's Knit Run Dig on Ravelry and has the Knit Run Dig project bags. And this is Mad Tosh, hold on, I gotta find it. Madeline Tosh Sock in the Pop Rocks colorway. So there are my three colors for the Neon Beast. Sorry, I totally forgot the name of the pattern. So I am loving working with this so far. I just cast it on last night, and the yarns are just amazing. I think it's going to be a really, really squishy, soft project that'll be so cozy to wear. So I'll talk more about it in the weeks to come, but thank you to Emily for letting me have some of that yarn to review. And there is a link in the show notes for her website if you want to purchase some of her yarn, and she's got amazing colorways, so I highly recommend it. So I popped into the yarn shop this week, Jess's Ginger Twist Studio, to pick up my copy of Pom Pom Quarterly. This is the Winter 2014 issue, and Damaris and I have been drooling over it. So we are going to continue to drool over it for another week, and we will do a review of Pom Pom Quarterly in next week's episode. I want to knit this sweater right now. It has pocketses, and I just have to talk about it just for a second. It's called Fairchild by Bristol Ivy, and it's inspired by Audrey Hepburn's Sabrina from the movie Sabrina, which is one of my favoriteest movies in the whole wide world. How fabulous is that? I must have it immediately. But I'm on a yarn diet. So I can't buy yarn for it until Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Speaking of my yarn diet, it has now been 24 days since I bought yarn. I went into the yarn shop and only bought Pom Pom Quarterly and a button. Now you may be saying, but Cece, you just showed us some brand new yarn you got. But that was one of my caveats. If I was gifted yarn, it didn't count. So I'm still doing good. All right, Damaris, is there anything else before we do the normal stuff?
Nope.
All right, so let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is GGK Crafty Pad?
You take a look at our prompt list for the month, and you take a picture and you post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
Yep. So what has been the theme for this month?
Thankfulness.
That's right. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were our favorite pictures for this week. Thanks everybody for participating. I may have said this last week, but I can't remember if this happened over the course of this past week or if it was the previous week. Somebody was saying they didn't know what GGK Crafty Pad stood for. And so, just in case you don't know, it stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. GGK Crafty Pad. So that's what it is. It's okay if you didn't know, because we don't say it very often. We just talk about it as GGK Crafty Pad. But that's what it is. All right, Damaris, let's talk about upcoming events. So what's up first?
Every Monday we attend one of our local knitting clubs, the Town Mouse Knitting Club.
Yes. Not every Monday, but as many as we can. We missed a couple of weeks in a row. But then I was there this week. You weren't because you weren't feeling well. But it was fun. We had a lot of us. So yeah, so if you're ever in the area, you should definitely come. All right, next up is the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, coming up on March 14th and 15th here in Edinburgh. We'll both be there. We'll be in the Podcaster Lounge at some point. We're trying to work out the details on that right now with Louise from Knit British, who is kind of in charge of that. And I will also be vending with my patterns with Sam from Knit Run Dig and her project bags. So you should definitely come by and see us if you are going to be at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. And you should be, because it's going to be amazing. Amazing. I didn't go to the first one. It was right before we moved here. But we have heard amazing things. So we're very excited. And last up, the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza, which is the retreat that you and I and Sam are hosting in October of next year, 2015. I wanted to show y'all that we got business cards in this week. Aren't they cute? We love our logo. It was amazing. Mr. Toontrip did amazing on it. So just a couple of bits of info. We will have the prices for you that will be announced this Friday. That would be the 21st? Yeah, the 21st of November. So prices will be announced then. Sign-ups will begin on Monday, the 1st of December. We haven't nailed down a time that they'll start. So Sam and I are going to be video chatting tomorrow, so we will work out what time sign-ups will start on that day. Hopefully vendor sign-ups are going to start sometime next week. And we're just waiting for a few more details before we can definitely start those. I feel like there was one more thing, but now I can't remember what it was. I don't know. If you have questions, please feel free to email us or PM us, or we have a group on Ravelry where there's a thread that you can post questions. So we're very excited, and we'll give you more news as soon as we have it. All right, I think that's everything for Yummies. Well, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
So what are you reading, Mare?
The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain.
How's it going?
I don't like this book.
I'm so sorry.
It's uninteresting to me.
I'm sorry.
Is that sacrilegious for saying that? Because it's one of the great American novels.
Everybody has different opinions.
I don't like it.
It's okay. How far have you read in it?
A little over halfway.
Okay, so you're making progress.
I don't know where I was last week.
I think you were maybe around like 35%.
Oh.
So you've read quite a lot. So you've been doing a lot of reading and laying around, haven't you?
Yeah, and I'm out of comic books to read. I read them all.
I'm so sorry.
I need more.
Maybe you'll get some for Christmas.
Yeah, those are books. You get me books for Christmas. Those are books. Those are books. Those are books.
We shall see.
They're books.
We shall see. Anything else you're reading?
No.
Okay. So I'm still reading my nonfiction book number 19 for the year. It's called The Gifts of Imperfection. It's got a long subtitle I'll spare you with, by Brene Brown. And it is an amazing book. I've read it before, but I really wanted to read it again, and I highly, highly recommend it. Her writing has been amazing for me, and I really like it. And then fiction-wise, I am rereading the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, Not Safe for Children, just FYI. But as I'm rereading it this time, I'm also adding in like all the novellas and the related works. So this week I finished reading Lord John and the Private Matter, and I am currently reading Lord John and the Succubus.
Yeah, incubi and succubi. I don't know what those are. I think they're demons.
They are demons, yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that is what I'm currently reading. And then next up after that one is Lord John and the Brotherhood of the Blade. I haven't read any of these Lord John ones before, so it's the first time to read those. And that's everything I'm reading. So let's move on to the telly. So do you want to start?
We're rewatching season 9 of Stargate SG-1 and season 2 of Stargate Atlantis.
Yes. Vala's finally there.
Yeah.
Vala. Crazy girl.
I like her.
I know, she's funny. And what's her name in Atlantis? What's the lady's name?
Weird.
Yeah, Weir. She like stood up to the brass and was like, no. What's his name? The other guy, the in charge guy.
Shepherd?
Yeah, Shepherd. She was like, he's coming back. He's going to be in charge.
Okay.
She was like,
okay.
And we're about to have Ronan.
Ronan, I like him.
Yes. And Rainbow has gone away for a while.
Rainbow.
After he's like half wraith now. Scary Rainbow. But he'll be back in some episodes. Because we looked it up, with that handy IMDb. What else? We finished rewatching season 5 of Gilmore Girls, and we just started season 6 while we were eating lunch. And this is the time that makes me happy and sad, because
it's the last season that Amy Sherman-Palladino had any input to.
That, but also the happiness is Lorelai and Luke are engaged. The sadness is
something bad's gonna happen.
It is gonna happen. I'm trying to block that from my memory right now.
But we have to watch it.
And the other bad thing is that Rory and Lorelai are fighting because she got arrested and all that stuff. Rory did, not Lorelai. Makes me want to cry. We're also rewatching season 3 of Lois and Clark, the new Adventures of Superman. Damaris has never seen it, so she's watching it for the first time. You have nothing to say?
No. Never.
Jimmy's dad is a spy.
I will never have anything to say about this.
But we found out Jimmy's dad is a spy. Let's move on. I'm watching season 1 of Everwood. It's good. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it.
It has Emily Van Camp in it.
Yes, it does.
She's Sharon Carter.
Yes. The Hubs and I are watching Rizzoli and Isles. We finished season 4 and we're on season 5. But let me tell you, I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried for about 5 episodes because we got to the point where what's his name in real life?
Lee Thompson.
Yeah, Lee Thompson Young, where he had committed suicide, and then how the show had to handle it, and I cried a lot. This was like after you'd gone to bed, and we watched like 3 episodes in a row, and I was just sobbing, and it was rough. So, but it's a good show. She's pregnant now, Jane. And actually, I think we're in the current season. I think the current season is 5. So we're about to get caught up. I think they're on a little hiatus right now. Okay, let's see what's next. NCIS. Episode 12.7, The Searchers. Do you know what? Tony has fish. And their names are Kate and Ziva.
He had the one named Kate before, but then he
got one named Ziva. He misses them so much. The real human Kate and Zivas, not the fish Kate and Zivas. Apparently, though, last night's episode we haven't watched yet was really, really good, and we're about to get some more stuff about Abby's love life. So tonight we will watch episode 12.8, Semper Fortis.
Yeah, Semper Fortis. It's the motto of something.
Okay. All right.
Always faithful, I think, or truthful, something like that.
Always. Yeah. We're also watching NCIS New Orleans. They still have the red thing. But the show is like growing on me other than the red thing.
They're never going to get rid of the red thing.
I think I should write them a letter and say how much that the red thing bothers me.
Write them a letter?
A letter on...
What decade is this?
On the worldwide interwebs.
What decade is this?
I'm going to write them a letter on the worldwide interwebs.
What decade is this?
This is the 10s. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I can write them a letter on the worldwide interwebs. Because I think we have appeased the worldwide interwebs gods that were mad at us on Monday night. They were very, very angry for lots and lots of hours. And I don't know what we did, if we offered them some kind of sacrifice or something, but they were happier by the next morning. So, yeah. Those crazy worldwide interwebs gods.
My turn.
Your turn, yes. Go.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 2.7, The Writing on the Wall. Okay.
You know what?
Wait, what?
There was writing on the wall.
Oh my.
And you know what else?
What?
There was writing on that guy's body.
What?
With tattoo ink.
What? Yeah, it's a map. And they found
It's a
it.
map.
So,
It's
no
a map.
more...
It's a
okay,
map.
Stop.
I'm the map.
No, you're not. Okay. Yeah, it's...
Dora.
Stop it! Stop. Okay.
The Explorer.
Stop, please.
Okay. Go ahead.
There no more writing on walls. The end. They finished writing on walls.
So where's the map taking us?
Space.
Final Frontier?
Sure.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay. Ward is going to kidnap his brother. Ooh.
Who is the guy from White Collar?
Yeah.
And Everwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ward's beard didn't make the cut. I stole that pun from Brett. Because when he live tweets entirely in puns. He's pun master Brett.
So he said that his beard didn't make the cut?
It didn't make the cut.
Anything else other than them following the map?
No.
I'm the map.
Stop it.
So there was another episode on last night, though.
Yeah.
What was it?
The Things We Bury, episode 8.
So is the map going to take them to somewhere in space where something's buried?
No. I don't think so.
Maybe. So we'll watch that tonight. Yeah. Okay, and then the Hubs and I are watching Person of Interest 4.7, Honor Among Thieves. I'm trying to remember. I didn't write anything down. I'm trying to remember.
The lady went undercover.
Oh, that's right. With some thieves. That's the name, Honor Among Thieves. And that's all I remember. It wasn't a very memorable episode, apparently. There was another one on last night, Point of Origin, episode 8, Point of Origin. So we'll see what happens. You're up next.
Watching season 10 of Criminal Minds as it airs?
Yes.
Yeah. Solving things.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the crime was this week.
We always forget.
We do.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, and then you're again.
watching Elementary 3.3, just a regular irregular. And the math guy from last season was back.
Yes.
The math guy.
But he does math things with no shirt on.
Yep.
And creeps everybody out. That's not so cool.
Math guy.
Math guy.
Math guy.
Somebody's having a party in the alcove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not on the show, in our actual alcove out here. Go ahead.
Kitty. Kitty. I like Kitty.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
No.
Happy kitty, sleepy
Mama.
kitty. Purr, purr, purr.
Mama.
This episode is going to be all about theme songs.
Kitty. No. She doesn't purr. That's silly. That's silly. You're silly. Okay. What do you think about Kate?
She's not Joan.
Is she growing on you?
She's not Joan.
Yes, but those two are developing a friendship.
An angry friendship?
Female friendship. It makes me really happy.
You look really happy right
I'm
now.
really happy. I'm really happy.
You look at... I would
Really?
never... I don't know how anybody could not know that you're so happy right now.
I'm really happy.
Yeah. It's evident. So evident. That I think that the people watching are going to be like, oh my gosh, we've never seen Damaris more happy than we do at this exact moment right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Your turn.
My turn. Oh, you didn't say what the next episode was.
3.4 Bella on tomorrow, which is today to you, probably.
Depending on when you're watching as time travel. We're watching season 10 of Bones. Oh, it was the one where Bones and Booth's daughter was saying the bad word. And then she called her mom the bad word.
Okay.
Yeah, it was funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I laughed. Hubs and I are watching season 8 of The Big Bang Theory. Oh, it was the one where Leonard was having surgery. And Sheldon did not want him to. It was, yeah. And then Sheldon broke his nose walking into a glass wall.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite humorous. Haven season 5. Eventually we're going to get there. Oh, we're halfway there, living on a prayer. That was one of the songs when I was on hold today. Yeah.
It's my turn.
Your turn.
Yeah, BBC Atlantis is back.
And you know what I discovered today?
What?
That you can't, for the people in the U.S., they can stream it on Amazon. Because last series, it wasn't available at the same time. It was available later. But when I just checked it today so I could put it in the show notes, it's available on Amazon now. So you can watch it at the same time we do.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's back in all its cheesy glory.
Yes.
It's basically Merlin, but Greek.
So it's a year later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
Yeah. You want to talk about any of those things?
Yeah. I really don't remember. Oh, the ship. Argo.
Yeah.
Argo. It's time for the Argonauts.
There you go.
Woo!
Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah. Who are the Argonauts? There are so many.
Yes. Okay, and then we're watching season 4 of Once Upon a Time. I think this was a bonus episode week because the episode went on and on and on and on. I think it was a 2-parter that they maybe showed at the same time.
What?
It was long. It was like 80 minutes long.
What?
Yeah. I was like, is this ever going to end? The Hubs loves it. So, being the good wife that I am, I watch it with him. Even though it's not my favorite. Okay. Yeah. Castle. OMG. What was the name of the episode?
Once Upon a Time in the West.
This was all of your favorite Western TV moments and cliches thrown into one episode. Loved the Bonanza one where it burned. And Kate was in the black, like she was a bad guy, but she really wasn't. And they all had to wear Western clothes. And the horses were named
Ryan and Esposito.
and Ryan and Esposito. And and Lainey were very upset that they weren't at the wedding.
No song for you.
But it was a hysterical episode. We laughed so hard. I kept having to pause it because we couldn't hear what was going on because we were laughing so hard. So it was a really good episode. Really good. The next episode is...
Episode 8, Kill Switch, on Monday.
Yeah, that should be Monday. Yeah. And then we're watching NCIS LA Season 6. Oh, it was what's the guy's name? Not Cullen. What?
Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah. He gave his daughter a cell phone with number...
He has a daughter?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I think he has 2 kids, actually. But anyway, he gave his daughter a cell phone, and it was supposed to be for, like, getting in contact with him and for emergencies, but she, like, was calling him, like, every 2 minutes about she wanted spaghetti with meatballs for dinner. No, she changed her mind. She wanted lasagna for dinner. And then she was texting him, and he didn't know what it meant, because she was using abbreviations. And then she started calling, she called Callan, I'm sorry, I'm saying his name wrong, Callan, and Hetty, and all kinds of people, because he wouldn't answer the phone because he was tired of her calling repeatedly. It was really funny. I was laughing. Okay, that's all the TV, because Doctor Who is over. Downton Abbey's over. So, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're talking about our artistic autumnal cow,
which is coming to a close pretty soon. Let's see, today's the 19th, so about 10 days left by the time you see this. Yeah. So the artistic autumnal cow is for anything that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to autumn. You couldn't have started your project before September 1st, and it has to be done by November the 30th. And there's been some really great ones that people have, how they've connected it to autumn. But the fallback, if you can't think of a way, is that you crafted it in the autumn. And we will totally take that as a reason. It's fine. We have some prizes. We've got Ravelry patterns from Eileen, who is Twisting Pearls. She just changed her Ravelry name. She was Leaner. Now she's Twisting Pearls. From another Eileen, who is Wisconsin Knitter. From Liz, who is Ellie Jellybean. And then we've got something, at least one thing from our Prizo bags. Prizo bags? Bagel prizes.
What?
I reversed the words. Our Prizo bags. Our bagel prizes that is behind me here. Do you see that Peter Capaldi is, like, staring at me?
Yeah. Don't worry.
I just noticed it. Now there's a sheep over your shoulder.
Bah.
Bah. Okay, back to the cow. So you need to have your photo posted in the FO thread by November 30th, because when I get up the morning of December 1st, I'm going to lock the thread. Mm-hmm. And then we will announce winners of the prizes on the next episode. Yes. So, Damaris, we had tons of people finish this week, so why don't you give those people a shout out?
AM Knits 18 times 2, Angie's Hip times 3, Crouching Cheese times 3, D Frankenfield, Evil Twin 2 times 2, Fairy Dust 90 times 2, I Knit Socks 2, Katie Did What, Knit People Knit, Knit Princess 83 times 4, Large Print Knit, MLA Love 1718 times 2, RS Island times 4, Saratoga Knitting, Stake 55 times 3, Stumpy 01, and That Denise Girl.
Yay. So great job, everybody. We wanted to put in here as well a little more info about our Winter Wonderland Cow that will start December 1st and run through the end of February. Is next year a leap year? No. No, okay, so February 28th. Or if it is a leap year, the 29th.
It's not a
okay.
leap year.
So, it will be our traditional seasonal cow where you just need to knit, crochet, weave, or spin something you can convince us is related to winter. And you can also go back on the fallback if you can't think of a way that you crafted it in the winter. That's totally fine. But we're going to be doing something charity along with this cow. So if you knit, crochet, weave, or spin something that you then donate to charity, you get to post it twice in the FO thread. So you have 2 entries into the giveaways instead of just 1. We are totally fine with you donating to a charity wherever you're at. That's totally fine with us. If you would like to send them to us, we will be donating all of the things that we receive and knit and all that to Knit for Peace, which is an organization here in the UK that that distributes knitted items to various organizations. So you can donate preemie hats, you can donate baby stuff, hats, sweaters, socks, you can donate scarves, you can donate adult hats, you can donate adult jumpers, pretty much anything that you can knit they will accept. And they also accept leftover wool and needles, which they will then give to groups to knit up stuff to donate. We'll put more info about Knit for Peace in the show notes next week. But we just want to give you a heads up on that. So you can either donate the item to a charity near you, and what we'll have you do in the FO thread is put where you donated it to, you know, like da-da-da hospital, or, you know, this charity for homeless, or, you know, whatever. That's fine. But we'll just need that information so that you can post it twice and be entered for twice. You'll have extra chance to win. Yeah. And you can do more than one item. That's totally fine. Just make sure they all meet the rules. So, I think that's everything for cows. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us a question and we answer it.
Yes. So what is this week's question, Damaris?
This week's question comes from Crouching Cheese, who is Angie from Ohio.
Did you almost say Hawaii?
No.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I don't know.
It's okay.
And she asks, my question is, are there any local Scottish foods that you have tried and really liked? Any that you really didn't like? Are there any local customs that you have started adopting?
So I made some notes when we saw this question. I am in love with ciders. These are not cider. This is not cider like in the U.S. This is an alcoholic drink. My very favorite is Old Moot cider in the summer berries. Oh, I've almost said colorway. Flavor. But I've had some other ones. There's some Recordeling that I like. And I had never had a cider like this until I came here. We really like cordial, which is, how do we make it?
Sparkling water and...
It's like a juice drink that you mix in with it.
I haven't had any this year.
We haven't had it in a while now.
No, I haven't had any this year because it's sparkling.
Yeah, but I don't think I have either.
Oh.
But it's a really good drink, and it's non-alcoholic, so Damaris is okay to drink it. We drank it on the podcast once, shortly after we got here. It's really good. The cheese here, OMG. It is so amazing. I don't know that I can go back to eating the other cheese again. It is so good. It's just so rich and creamy, and we go through a lot of cheese in our house. I'm sure that every time the grocery driver, deliverer guy brings it, he's like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
We love cheese. What did we not like? Haggis. You didn't even try it.
No.
I tried a little bit of it. It wasn't horrific, but it was not my favorite. And I don't think I will eat it again. But I can say that I tried haggis.
Yeah.
What else have we tried and not liked? Anything?
I don't think so.
We haven't tried the traditional fish and chips because you can't, I don't know of a way you can get that gluten-free.
Yeah.
I may just have to like cheat one day and try it, just to say I've tried it. Yeah. We've had chips though, which are French fries. And potato chips are crisps. Just, yeah. So, that's all I can think of that. Okay, local customs. There's some changes in our language and spelling of things. I tend to spell things with OUs now, like favorite and color. Cozy with a S. trying to think what else. And we use different words. We use we quite a lot. Brilliant. I can't think of other ones.
I don't know.
The restroom is the loo or the toilet. I'm trying to think what else. I'm totally having a brain freeze right now. Anyway, and what else have we kind of had to adapt to?
Always plan for it to rain.
Because it rains almost every day here. So, you keep an umbrella in your bag, and I try to always wear something with a hood or have a hat with me. But, yeah. Yeah, so always plan for rain. That's something we've learned. There's a lot more walking and public transit here than anywhere else we've lived. I mean, we've lived some places that didn't have public transit at all. But a lot of people walk places and or use public transit, which has been good for all of us to do that because it's good exercise. Yeah, that's all I can think of for right now. Can you think of anything else?
No.
I'm sure there's other things that are just not popping into our brains, but yeah. So thank you to Angie, Crouching Chiefs, for the question. So what should people do if they have any questions for us?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
Yep. And we'll answer pretty much anything. I don't think we've said no to any questions yet. There was one question that was like an identical question that we had answered earlier, so I just pointed them back to that episode. But I think that's been the only one. Mm-hmm. So, alrighty, well, let's move on to the next segment. Alright, well, we have come to the end of the show.
Yep.
So it's announcement time. So we have a giveaway to announce a winner for today. So why don't you tell us who the designer and what the pattern was?
Catherine Steinhauer, who is Keckscrew Melchin on Ravelry,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that.
It's close. I think you're good.
Has released a new pattern called Misia, which is part of the Embryophytes collection, which is a collection of shawls inspired by the big groups of plants within the Embryophytes, also known as land plants.
Yes. So she gifted us a copy of it, but she also had one for y'all. So in the Ravelry group, we had a thread going asking, what is your favorite plant or flower? So we had 35 entries because we were the first one. So we have put into the random number generator 2 through 36, and Demersa's going to generate number 21.
This is page 1.
That will be on the first page. Let me just scroll down. Oh, missed it. So the winner of that is SCH Rock 4173. And that is, I don't know what her name is. She says that her favorite plant is the purple shamrock. The leaves close at night and open during the day, and cats love to eat them. Interesting. So congratulations to SCH Rock 4173. Please send me Java Pearl a PM on Ravelry to let me know that you saw this, and then I will let Catherine know so she can gift you the pattern. So congratulations. Just an ongoing reminder that our friend Anna from Toil and Trouble Yarns is hosting a fiber retreat in New Hampshire in May. I'm a sponsor of that. Details are in the show notes. The Outlander Cow that I'm hosting with Knitmore Girls, Subway Knits, and Yarngasm is ongoing. We will talk more about it in when the show is about to start back, because they're on hiatus right now until April. But that's still ongoing, so keep knitting or crocheting or weaving or spinning your Outlander stuff. We are Amazon affiliates, so if you are going to be purchasing something on Amazon, we'd appreciate if you would go through our site to do that, because then Amazon gives us a little money because we sent you to Amazon, and that helps pay for shipping and prizes and badges and all that stuff. So thank you to those of you who are doing that. You can just go to our website and click through any of the books, TVs, shows, movies, links, or there's also links in the sidebar. I think that's everything, isn't it?
Yep.
So why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.blogspot.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yep. And I think with that we will go, and hopefully next week Damaris will be feeling better.
Yep.
And hopefully I'll have made amazing progress on the Neon Beast and with all the colors hopefully in it then. And you'll be doing amazing on your Arch Nemesis gloves. And we'll have all kinds of things to talk about with you. So we will say goodbye. Have a great week. Happy knitting. We love you. Bye.
Bye.